This video, we're going to talk about calculating simple interest rate. We're going to use the formula I equals PRT to do that, where I is the interest, P is the principal, R is the rate, and T is the time. You should have that in your notes from this section or in the videos in my labs for this section. We're looking at problems from section 5.8. Number 1, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and 15. So you'll find similar exercises in your textbook to the problems that I'm doing. If you look at those problem numbers, you should also find similar problems to these in your MyLabs assignments. All right, let's go ahead and start off with P, R, and T. My principal in my first problem is $700. My interest rate is 2%, which I'm going to express as a decimal here, 200ths. My T is given to me in 5 years because my interest rate is an annual interest rate. So T needs to be measured in years. If this were a monthly interest rate, I'd have to convert T to months. You'll need a 4-function calculator or a scientific calculator, most likely to help you with this. We're just going to say that our interest is going to be 700 times 0.02 times 5, and we're going to calculate that. And we get $70. For our next problem, we have P, R, and T, and this is 190, 6.5%, which is 0.065, and T is 4 years. So we have 190 times 0.065 times 4, and that's what I have here for my interest. This was $70. This is $49.40. Go ahead and clear that. I have a smaller canvas that I'm working with today because I have my calculator up on my screen. So I'll be doing fewer problems between screen clears. E, R, T, I. Next problem has a principal of 325, a rate of 18%, and we're going to write that as 0.18. And T is 6 months. Notice the mismatch between the annual interest rate and the time in months here. So I have to say that 6 months is equal to half of a year. So I'm going to go say that my interest is 325 times 0.18 times 0.5. And I get $29.25. The company is going to borrow which is the principal, $88,000 for 5 years at a simple interest rate of 5.5%, which is 0.055. Find the interest paid on the loan and the total amount paid. So I is equal to 88,000 times 0.055 times 5 is equal to 24,200. That interest is paid in addition to the principal. So my amount that I need to pay back is my principal plus my interest. So they have to pay 88,000 plus 24,200. And let's add that. I get that they owe a total of $112,200 to the lender at the end of the 5 years. A money market fund advertises a simple interest rate of 7%. Find the total amount received for an investment of 5,000 or 50,000. $5,000 for 15 months. Okay, so 15 months, I'm going to have to take 15 and divide it by 12 to get it as a annual number. So that's going to be 1 1/4 years. So my interest earned is 5,000, which is P, times my interest rate, which is 7%, times my time, which is 1 1/4 years. 5,000 times 7/100 times 1 1/4 is going to be 437.50. And then that's the amount that is received on the investment. The total amount of money that would be in the account would be the original $5,000 plus the 437.50. But the amount of money that you made on the investment because you let the bank borrow your money, or the investment group here borrow your money, is you made $437.50 because you're the lender in this situation. Right? Person borrows $5,500 and agrees to pay it back in 5 years. The simple interest rate is 13%, which is 1,300. Find the total amount that she pays back. So total amount that she pays back is going to be her principal plus her principal times her rate times her time, which is the interest. So she's going to pay 5,500 plus 5,500 times 13% times 5 years. Multiplication happens before addition. Missed a zero here. There we go, that looks better. So this is $3,575 in addition to the $5,500. See if that's right. Yep. So the total amount that she pays back is $9,075. Typically, we don't use simple interest rate very much in business loans, bank loans, investments, and things like that. We typically only use simple interest payments with loans between friends. So because it's just easier to calculate simple interest as the name implies. So as we go on further in math, especially if you're going to take something like Math 130 or Math 154, we will talk about other types of interest that we calculate, where you calculate interest on the interest, that every month let's say that the bank pays you an interest payment, and it goes back into your account, and then the next month you have more principal in your account and you earn interest not just on the money that you put in originally, but on that interest that they paid you the last month. So as long as you're good about keeping a good balance in your account, you can earn interest on the interest, even though that's fractions of a penny more. Sometimes it works out to your advantage to get paid interest on the interest. So that's where we're going eventually with these skills. But right now we're just talking about the idea of, if you borrow money, you're going to have to pay back at least that much money, plus money that you're going to have to pay to the bank. If you lend the bank money through an investment, then they have to pay you your principal plus your interest back. And that's what the purpose of an investment is. Hopefully your interest that you earn outweighs what we call inflation, which deflates the value, which makes your money worth less at the end. But there you go. Okay. See you for the next set of videos. This ends our discussion on percentages.